This is mind-blowing. It's fucking crazy. Excuse my language. I don't know if I'm allowed bad language on camera.
Who are you?
I'm Tyler Wombles from Huntington Beach, California. I'm the owner of Classic Fight Team.
How'd you get here?
I'm a professional fighter, professional Muay Thai fighter. I coach multiple fighters in the UFC, Bellator, kickboxing, Glory Kickboxing. My first fights were amateur Muay Thai fights when I was 15. I wrestled in high school, competed in jiu-jitsu as well. And then when I was 19, I fought for Ring of Fire in Colorado, Vail, Colorado. And I won that fight. And then I had one more MMA fight after that. And I just took to striking a lot better. I love stand-up, I love striking. So I wanted to stay fighting Muay Thai and stay fighting kickboxing. So then I became the IKF California State Champion. And that was like probably my biggest accomplishment for me, I would say, as a fighter, being the state champion. And then in 2019, I won the Cage Muay Thai Championship. And then I've kind of retired and set my fighting aside to help my team. It's a very selfish sport. So I feel like if I'm going to be running a team and training high-level athletes, it needs to be all about them. And if I'm going to be fighting, it has to be all about me. You can't be like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I choose to just give myself to my athletes and make sure they get the best coaching that they can.
Who are your athletes?
Some of my notable athletes are Diego Paez. He's a 2-time world champion Muay Thai fighter. Alex Perez, UFC, number 5 ranked UFC flyweight. TJ Dillashaw is multiple-time UFC bantamweight champion. Raymond Daniels, arguably the best kickboxer in the history of the sport. He was the Bellator kickboxing champion, Glory #1 contender. I've trained Andre Feely, Tony Ferguson, Cody Garbrandt. Yeah, plethora of guys.
Yeah, that's cool. So you are pretty well known in the UFC, space, as far as like, people that you've either trained with or been with or something. What's been the most rewarding experience that you've had with either your team or yourself?
The most rewarding I would have to say is probably Diego winning his world titles, because he's one of the most homegrown athletes I have. He had a little bit of training before he came to me, but most of his amateur fights were all with me. All of his professional fights were with me. We have a very strong chemistry in the fighter coach aspect. I tell people all the time, when Diego's fighting, it's like he's in there playing and I have a video game controller in my hand, and we have full-blown conversations when he's in the middle of the fire. You know what I mean? Like, he can be in the middle of an exchange and he'll be talking to me while I'm in the corner, like out loud, having a conversation with me in the middle of the fight. And coaching him to his world titles were definitely one of the biggest achievements for me as a coach.
Yeah, Diego turned out well.
Yeah, the kid's amazing. He's amazing. He's a stud. He's became an amazing fighter, amazing coach. He's my assistant coach here, and he's an amazing dad. What he does with his son is, if you've seen him, you know he's one of the most awesome dads you've ever seen, for sure. Diego's my first black belt actually under me. So him and both of his brothers, Diego, Mario, and Chris, are all my first black belts people that I awarded a black belt to.
What do you plan on doing with this equipment?
Oh man, this equipment's going to bring a lot of action to the gym, for sure. I have a full strength curriculum that I put a lot of my athletes through, and with the stuff we had before, it was good, and it got the job done. But with the new jacked up rack, I think it's going to allow us to be way more dynamic with what we do. It's going to bring more strength, more speed, and everything to it. From our guys that compete, that are always training and always fighting, to just the average guys that are our members here that just want to get in better shape. I think it's an awesome addition to have to the gym, for sure.
Are you gonna let them use the machine?
I'm gonna let certain people use the machine. I'm gonna let the people I can trust use the machine.
Why?
There's so many little parts. There's so many little pins and stuff. I feel like they're gonna lose my stuff. I value that thing now. I don't want people losing it. No, I feel like I'm gonna have to add a membership fee to it, because it's such a good piece of equipment that people pay to come train martial arts, jiu-jitsu.